one is physical brain. Then we have emotional brain. Then we have logical brain. Okay. I know you may be wondering, how is this coming into our relationship? These are all things that affect our relationships. That's why I just want you to know everything. Yeah. So we have 3 types of brain: physical brain, emotional brain, and logical brain. Physical brain is this body. Yeah. This body fights for survival. Okay. Then how do this body measure or know that it exists? Yeah, it is by seeing environment is responding to it. Like now, your physical body survives because we are talking. You see, we are talking. That shows that our physical brain is showing us that our body is talking. If you can assume, let me just use my glass here. The physical brain is trying to test whether it is there. Yeah. You see, like you have watched some Nigerian movies when you can see the glass, but when the physical brain comes to touch the glass, it passes. So the environment is not responding because it can't catch it. It's like there is nothing, but you can see, but you can't catch it. Okay, so that is physical brain. Number 2 is emotional brain. Emotional brain is about reproduction. It's about reproduction, whereby the brain tests whether it is attached. This is where you demonstrate emotional connections. Okay, emotional connections, which comes a lot in the relationship. Do you know why you loved that person? Do you know why you still live together up to date? It's because of emotional brain that brought connection in between both of you. Okay, this brain tests the responsiveness. Okay, this brain tests the responsiveness. Are you turning towards my beat? That is responsiveness. Then brain number 3 is logical brain. Okay, logical brain. This is all about cognition. Okay, am I making sense? That is what the logical brain asks. Am I making sense? So it tests whether environment appreciates it. Okay, is our marriage environment appreciating what I am doing? Is our environment in this relationship appreciating my effort into it? That is logical brain. Okay, so how does this apply in reflective conversation? Thank you, Patricia. This is deep. Yeah, we need to know these things so that we can be able to solve the problems. So how does this thing get into the 3 brains? Because if there is a conflict, you must soothe. You must soothe all the 3 brains. You must soothe the physical brain, you must soothe the logical brain, you must soothe the emotional brain. Okay, so for you to have a reflective conversation with your lover, for you to be able to soothe, let's assume there is a problem or there is a conflict. Yeah, for you to be able to soothe that brain, the 3 brain, there is some 3 steps we use to soothe every brain. For example, to soothe the physical brain, you mirror ya kioo. Yeah, like we are talking with my husband. I come and tell my husband, you know, today my boss was so tough on me. How does my husband mirror me or try to get the meaning of what I'm saying? He will say, I hear you saying that your boss was hard on you. So that gives me a morale to continue with the story. Yeah, he was hard on me because I wrote an invoice wrongly. Then he mirrors me back. Oh, you wrote the invoice. I had you say you wrote the invoice wrongly. Okay, that is what mirroring means. Yeah, you are trying to reflect what she or he is saying. When you mirror your partner, you soothe physical brain. Okay, you soothe physical brain. Okay, that is step number 1. Then you soothe brain number 2, which is emotional brain. Okay, how do you soothe that one? You empathize with your partner. How? Let me just use that example. I've given the story that my job, my boss was so tough on me. So what happens? He want to empathize with me. My partner want to empathize with me. So, he will tell me, oh, I understand. I get into that shoe. Even me, when my boss gets hard on me, I feel bad. You see, he has gotten into my shoe. He is trying to empathize with me, okay? That is a way of soothing your emotional brain. Sorry, soothing the emotional brain of your partner, okay? Then number 3, you validate. By validating, you are soothing the logical brain, okay? The logical brain is that professor in you, okay? The professor in you, which is trying to show that you are right and correct. So how do you help your partners? How do you soothe the brain of your partner? You validate, okay? Like in my case, the example I'm using, you validate. Oh yeah, I get you. And that is not right at all. He wasn't supposed to treat you like that. You have validated. What happens if you do that? You have a reflective conversation which can never lead to a conflict. Even if there was a conflict that was about to ignite, I know you know, if you have ever started a conversation and out of nowhere it becomes a real fight, I know you understand what I'm saying. So if there was a conflict which was trying to ignite, you have de-escalated it by soothing the brain of your partner and also your brain. So if that person was having some issues, there is no way he or she can pour the issues on you. Why? You have listened, you have empathized, you have validated. Okay? So, in having reflective conversation, we have some rules. We have some rules. Rule number 1 is own your own experience by using I statement. You own your experience. Okay? Like I feel, I like, I wonder. Okay? So let's assume, let me use who? Let me use Patricia. Sorry for using you. Let me use you. You see your husband holding a lady outside there. He's holding his hand, her hands. What are you supposed to do so that you have a reflective conversation? Number 1, you own your experience. What have you seen? Okay? Share factual observation. Don't assume things. That is where we fail. Don't ever assume things. Share what you have seen. Like, I feel bad, or I felt bad when I saw you holding Mercy's hand, I feel like you don't have me anymore. You see, you have started a conversation because of what you saw, yeah? But the way you have started that conversation, it can never bring, it cannot bring a conflict, okay? It cannot bring conflict. So what happens? Your husband will answer, oh, it was like this and this, okay? Just a minute, please. Mm-hmm. Good. Can you hear me now? I don't know what is happening today.
Yes, now I can hear you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. So, rule number 2 is use and instead of but. Okay? I saw you holding Mercy's hand and I felt bad. Don't use but, because whenever you put a but in a conversation, it brings another issue. Yes? But why were you holding? You see, you have brought another issue which was not there. Okay? Rule number 3, no moralistic judgment, no blaming, no diagonizing, okay? No name calling, no comparison. If you want to have a reflective conversation, do not judge, do not blame, do not insult. Okay? Use the 3 steps we had discussed earlier about mirroring, validating, yeah, those, and then empathizing. Those are the steps that we hope you have reflective conversation. Okay? So we have tips for transformative conversation. That is when you are trying to have a conversation and it is like it is not working out. Okay? So when are you supposed to have this, or what are you supposed to do? Number 1, always remember the conflict is not about content, but it's about connection. Conflict, whenever you see a conflict in your relationship, it is not about content or whatever you are fighting the issue you're fighting about. It is about connection. Okay, so put that in mind. I remember, Patricia, you were in the other class. We said that communication is where it starts. And the communication is what you say and how you say it. So here, as we continue, we say that when you see a conflict, it is not about the content. It is not about what is in this glass. It is about, are you connected? Are both of you connected? Okay, that is what brings a fight. Okay, tip number 2, your intention is everything. What is your intention now? There is a conflict that is about to, there's a conflict that is about to happen, or that is about to erupt, or a fight is about to erupt. So what is your intention? Are you ready to answer? Are you ready to fight? If you are ready, you will never have any conversation. But if your intention is to save and to resolve your conflict, you're already halfway the process. Okay, so that is tip number 2. Your intention matters a lot. Connection. It is about connection. Number 2 is about your intention. If you are ready to fight, you won't solve any problem. Number 3, assume a misunderstanding and positive intention. Okay? When there is a problem, don't judge. First assume that my partner didn't understand me. Okay? You first assume. Then, once you assume, you'll be in a position to mirror this person, validate him, and soothe his brain, hence bringing the conflict down. Okay, so where are you supposed, or when can you use this reflective conversation? Number 1, if you are triggered and feel like exploding. You see, there is sometimes you feel like you want to explode. Yeah, when you feel like that, use reflective conversation. Okay, in the middle of full-blown conflict. If you are in the middle of full-blown conflict, then you use reflective conversation. Okay, good. Now we have done section 1 and section 2 of communication.